Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 2026 City of Hazel Park Pride Flag Raising Ceremony. I'm proud to be the city manager of Hazel Park, a city with a long history of being welcoming and inclusive. And we're joined here today by some dignitaries who have come out to show their support for Pride. And we have with us today, first of all, our Oakland County Executive, Mr. Dave Coulter. We have our state representative, Mike McFall. We have State Senator Jeremy Moss and future Congressman. We have County Commissioner Ann Erickson Galt. From the Hazel Park City Council, we have Mayor Pro Tem Andrea Washington. We have Council Member Andy LaCuro, Council Member Alyssa Sullivan, and Council Member Ruth Weinberg. We also have representatives from State Senator Stephanie Chang's office, as well as representatives from Amanda Trepa's office. The City Attorney, Melissa Schwartz, is also here. So now, I am happy to welcome to the podium our former County Commissioner and now County Executive for Oakland County, Mr. Dave Coulter. Happy Pride! I'm going to be brief and I'm going to be a little nostalgic, okay? Ed mentioned that I was a county commissioner here. My district was Hazel Park and Ferndale. I ran it in 2002 for the first time. Yes, I am that old. And at the time, okay, this is a pop quiz. At the time I ran for county commissioner in 2002, how many openly gay county commissioners in the state of Michigan do you think there were? 0. None. The year I got elected, another commissioner from Ingham County also. So after 2002, there were 2 of us in the whole friggin' state. We've come a long way, baby, as they used to say in a cigarette commercial. But I want to say this is why I'm feeling nostalgic, because I loved representing Hazel Park. And when I first started running, because I was from Ferndale, I was like, I wonder how I'm going to be received over there when I start knocking on the doors. This was long before any community, including Ferndale, was raising pride flags. But Ed, I know you remember this very, very well. And I just have to say that even before pride flags and the progress we've made, this community welcomed me with open arms, embraced me, took me in, and loved me as much as I've loved it back. And we may not have been quite as enlightened back in 2002 as we are now, but I love this town. I love the people. Thank you for embracing me, and thank you for joining us today for Pride. Thanks, everybody. Thank you so much for being here, Dave, and Hazel Park certainly loves you as well. Now, I would like to welcome our outstanding State Representative Mike McFall.
Thank you all for being here today. Happy Pride. I am proud to stand here as your state representative, openly gay state representative, by the way. First openly gay member of city council here in Hazel Park as well. And I would like to echo what County Executive Dave Coulter said about ever since my husband and I moved here, and how welcoming and it has been a great experience living here in the city, and I wouldn't want to live in any other community in Southeast Michigan. We stand for each other, we fight for each other, and we fight for those that need our help. That's what Hazel Park does. We stand with each other. So I am proud to be here today to raise the flag here outside City Hall. So thank you again.
And now I would like to welcome a wonderful friend of the city of Hazel Park, our former state senator who we lost due to redistricting, but hopefully our future United States Congressman, State Senator Jeremy Moss.
Good morning. I'll be nostalgic too, although I'm much, much, much younger than Dave Coulter. But I'm only the second out person to serve in the legislature and the first out person to serve in the Michigan Senate. We are still breaking barriers. There is still a long way to go, but we have all noted, not just as candidates and officials, but the public knows it makes a difference when you're at the table. We all deserve to be in the room where decisions about our futures are being made. And to that end, we've made a tremendous amount of progress here in the state of Michigan. Pride is a celebration of that progress. In Michigan, we have finally, at long last, put LGBTQ protections in our civil rights law. That was my bill, so nobody in the state of Michigan can be discriminated against in housing and employment and healthcare and publicly available services based on how they identify, who they love, and their orientation. We have banned the barbaric practice of conversion therapy here in the state of Michigan. We have strengthened our hate crimes law, updated our hate crimes law to be current with the needs of our community here. We have updated state documents so that trans Michiganders can have their true gender identity reflected and recognized by the state. So Pride is a celebration, but don't you forget, Pride did not start as a celebration. It started as a rebellion, a liberation against the hate and discrimination that our community has endured over time. And yes, we are seeing some of that hate reemerge. We are always on guard. There is a lot worth fighting for and a lot worth fighting against. So Pride is a chance to renew the fight, celebrate the progress, and push forward for equality. Hazel Park is leading the way, and I'm so glad to be joining the community here this morning. Thank you.
And now I would like to welcome our own City of Hazel Park City Council member, Luke Londo.
Before I get into it, I also want to say that Congresswoman Haley Stevens sends her love, and then we also have a representative from Representative Natalie Quays' office here today. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you all so much for coming out. In addition to serving as a council member here in Hazel Park, I have the honor of chairing the Michigan Civil Rights Commission, where I serve as the first ever out LGBTQ member and help oversee the Michigan Department of Civil Rights. And my work on that body has allowed me to see firsthand the historic contributions of people like Senator Haas, the first ever out LGBTQ senator, and Representative Mike McFall, my former colleague on what was then the most queer city council in the entire state. We are a better and more inclusive state because of their tireless advocacy for our community, particularly in the face of bills of what passed last week out of the State House, which would prohibit access to medically necessary and evidence-based healthcare for trans young people. And we are better off as a county because of people like our strong ally, County Commissioner Ann Erickson Galt, as well as our County Executive David Coulter, who has demonstrated that you can create strong economic policy, a responsive county government, and a diverse cabinet, while being absolutely fabulous. These anti-LGBTQ and explicitly anti-trans bills I referenced coming out of the Michigan House and other actions that would harm the LGBTQ community, they're not unique to Michigan. The Trump administration has required transgender individuals to have their passports reissued to their sex assigned at birth, not the gender that they live as every day. Many states are asking the Supreme Court to revisit the same-sex marriage decision, representing a massive step backward from the ability to do something as simple and innately human as expressing your desire to live with your partner. There are many states where there aren't even anti-discrimination protections for the LGBTQ community, housing, employment, and public accommodations. There is still so much work to be done. Amidst all these negatives, there has been a ton of progress made over the last year. Of course, I'm obviously talking about heated rivalry. Heated rivalry has swept our nation and our hearts and brought us the voluptuous arms of Shane Hollander and the even more voluptuous smile of Ilya Rozanov, a closeted gay couple wrestling with their identity while playing professional hockey. The show reached a crescendo when Ilya decided to visit Shane's cottage, where, while alone, They could celebrate their identity and their love in the safety and security that the cottage provided, absent outside influences, judgment, negativity, and discrimination. And in an effort to come up with a metaphor so contrived it allowed me to continue making references to heated rivalry, it hit me. Hazel Park is very much that same cottage, populated by the people standing up with me at this podium and the members of the community here with us today. So I say this to the LGBTQ members here in Hazel Park: you are welcome at our cottage. To the members of the transgender community facing discrimination by our president and our state house, you are welcome at our cottage. To the drag queens, like those who faced discrimination in Madison Heights just this week, where the mayor and assistant city attorney said living authentically and reading a book about acceptance to children was somehow inappropriate to their delicate sensitivities and those of Madison Heights families, before they went back on their decision after members of the community spoke out. And then members of council gaslit their constituents, saying they never wanted anyone to feel unvalued or excluded from their community. You are welcome at our cottage. On this coming Tuesday, our City Council is passing on final reading an expansion of our Human Rights Ordinance, which bans discrimination in employment, housing, and public accommodations to include protections for, among others, those who live with their chosen family or identify as polyamorous, making us just the 9th city in the entire country to do so. To all the individuals, especially the LGBTQ ones who benefit from this, you are welcome at our cottage. To any LGBTQ child who wonders if it gets better, to any bisexual experiencing erasure, to any lesbian facing displacement, to any gay athlete who lives in fear, and to any trans individual who faces constant ridicule by small-minded people like our president and his ilk, and to any queer who contemplates suicide because they can't see how bright their future is, you are welcome at our cottage. Finally, to my children, Finn and Mira, who are the sun I orbit, and to my girlfriend Lena, who's the stars in my night sky, you are welcome at our cottage. I think that is all the references I can possibly make to heated rivalry, so thank you all so much for coming out and visiting our cottage, as well as providing one to the members of the LGBTQ community in your lives. Now I'd like to invite up Jen to put the finishing touches on the cottage that is our City Hall by raising the pride flag. Thank you all again so much for coming out. Happy Pride.